police officers. They got a whole different psychological makeup, and it was fabricated using techniques developed through the government's MK Ultra program. So the only way right now to avert that tragedy of the police, those sleepers going into action, is to get the workers back to work. And she wanted me to develop a mastermind group. And she had Portia send me a lengthy research this morning on the 5G matrix and the money matrix of it all, and how we will be psychologically tied in to the money, to the wealth, to our birthright inheritance as the earthborn children of the sun. And so we have a birthright to claim. And to initiate the claim, we have to activate our fifth dimensional mental framework. And it only can be done by using the power of unity. And so you hear Napoleon Hill talk about developing the mastermind group. And he's talking about keys in the video. Those keys were the keys to unlock fifth dimensional mentality, the framework of mind that comes in the fifth dimension. When you are into the quantum realm of thinking with other humans, we all sink into a ginormous power force, and we begin to establish balance throughout the whole entire earth realm. So, the beginning, this is all alchemy. The alchemy goes back to ancient Kemet, where we were before the judgment. And now we are post-judgment, post-redemption. Now it's in the recovery phase. But they still have forces that's adversely approaching us, and if we don't do our part, they will end up taking control again, and it'll set us back. So we argued, but she made sense, and then she pulled the mama card on me. Well, baby, you told your mama that you was gonna do everything you supposed to do, and I said, Mama, I did. The people think I'm insane. They think I don't know what I'm talking about. And she said, baby, look, you got to be the good shepherd. What I need you to do is prepare a table in the enemy face, and the enemy won't be able to do anything about it. And I said, well, how do you expect me to do that? And she said, you the monkey king, son. Use the 100 monkey effect. Create your mastermind group. Did you forget your lessons? I said, no, ma'am. I didn't forget my lessons. I remember the mastermind group, and I remember the 100 monkey effect. And so she told me that I needed to get to work. Do what I said I was going to do, and make sure that the workers are justly compensated. So she told me I needed to do a survey. The funny thing about it is I couldn't find a simple survey maker. When I was looking at various ones, they was like, take too long, you got to join this and all that. And then I found one, and the name of it was something like monkey surveys or something like that. But it's on my page, and we're going to get to what that's for in a minute. So I'm going to briefly go over what the mastermind group is, how it works, and how we are going to use it with this survey, right? Also, briefly, I'm going to start off, I'm going to do a couple more invites here because I got more than I normally do, but I got quite a bit in. But I'm going to explain the 100 Monkeys first. Now, everybody remember Tupac, and he had 50 niggas tattooed across his stomach. But what they didn't know is what it meant. And it was half, right? Because of what had to take place. It was half, 50 niggas, and then you needed your 50 sisters, right? So the 50 sisters had to be assembled by a chaos queen, which turned out to be Miss Portia Green. So I'm following all of the signs, and I'm seeing all of the people that Mama told me to look for, right? So the 100 Monkey effect worked like this. In a group setting, you have what you call a group mind, or what they call a universal mind. Now, when you're trying to attain Christ consciousness, when you're trying to move your thinking up into the thinking of God, which we calling it now a fifth dimension, a fifth dimensional framework, where the fifth dimensional mind links us all together on a path of unity. And this is what we was talking about, all of the conscious community being the problem now, because they still bickering. But right now we finna show them. The 100 Monkey effect is most effective when it's 100 people in the same situation, circumstance, or condition first. That's the strongest force of it. If, let's say, I get 100 UAW workers, it automatically takes on a life of its own, and it becomes to a point of what they call critical mass in the psychology, in the mind, in the universal mind, in the Christ consciousness. It becomes a undeniable force. That's when it says in that, all of the people that go to church probably heard him say, when two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am also. This is the Queen of Heaven and Earth that's making this statement. And they often call her Jesus, just so y'all know. And so, with the 100 Monkey effect, 100 auto workers sends it into critical mass, and it takes hold in the minds of everybody who has a job. It's secondary, which goes to the mastermind group, is when you're using the people that's not in the core group. Non-UAW workers is where we come at to support them as non-workers using the mastermind group. All we have to do is have the workers' interest in being justly and fairly compensated for their labor by the companies they work for. Secondary, we will fall under the mastermind group at that point. As long as we're sincere and we want the best for them, and it's not selfish for us, when we want the best for them, it has to happen. This is the rule of the universe. And this is why he kept bringing up the keys when he talked about the mastermind group. And so, Portia, if you're watching, can you post the survey in the comments so that they can share it to all of the people that they that's interested in supporting the mastermind group? Now, what happens is, this is the beginning of the ascension. Everybody who participate, if you do it with a sincere heart, some shit about to happen. You about to get superpowers when it works. It has to get all the way through to critical mass. When you understand critical mass, it works like this. It's called in African cultural dance, we call it dancing up a frenzy. So what that means is that everybody is dancing until they reach a point of heightened awareness, total submersion with the total group of dancers. The whole dancing body becomes one. Hey, Kim. And so it's like a flock of birds that all make the same turn and they never collide. This is the mastermind group, the 100 Monkey effect in motion. Thank you, Portia. And so she just posted the link for the survey. So the 100 monkey effect going to take place when 100 UAW workers take, as soon as they take the survey, it's going to take effect for them. For the rest of the workers globally, we support them by taking the survey with the intent of fair, balanced labor practice between corporate and laborer, where the workers' unions can represent them fairly and justly without undermining the interests of the company, but without undermining the interests of the worker. It has to be mocked. It has to be balanced, and it has to be fair. And we have to feel that in our heart when we take the survey. That we have to know in our mind that this is not a selfish agenda. This is make everything balance again on earth. When we understand that from the mastermind group, this is the support that we give the 100 monkeys or the 100 UAW workers who eventually take the survey. And so we share the survey, and we write our own post about the mastermind group, about the good intentions of balancing the scales between the corporate elites and the laborer who actually earns the wealth that the corporate elites live off of. And so it's simple, because she said I had to make it easy or people would be intimidated to participate. The easiest thing they can do is answer 14, 15 questions. It's probably not even that many. It's probably like 8. But these 8 questions are: 1, you agree that the worker should have this thing, or 2, you disagree that the worker should have this thing. And it's not about anything other than people that go to work should be treated humanely, justly, and fairly. Nobody on this earth should take advantage of the working people because they are willing to earn a living. That is wrong, and that is in violation of every divine order of the universe. So by us exercising the mastermind principle in supporting the UAW workers and encouraging them to activate the 100 monkey effect by telling them to take the survey if they are a unionized worker, and both of them taking place at the same time, it then has what you call a butterfly effect globally, where it traps the minds of all of the workers into a fair and just communication with the corporations that's oppressing people around the world with sweatshops, slaves, prison labor, etc. All these things are balanced, but it starts at the bottom with the laborer, with the grassroots, the common person. That lady I stand next to on the line building this car, and they say we make too much money, and they promised her that she would have any unexpected overtime. She has no child care in place, and they want her to work overtime after they promised, but they went back on their word. And the first worker that can't fulfill the smallest obligation to the company is tossed away like trash. And mama said you can't throw people away like trash. So for the worker, we activate the mastermind group in support of the UAW, but also because we workers and we all have to earn a living. Struggle is prescribed for man, and some struggle is labor, work. I worked next to these people. I've seen the injuries that they get. I've seen the struggles they go through with rogue management. I have directly observed it as a worker. I was brought in silence to assess the worker condition. I have been here studying the lifestyle of the human to determine if how we are living is according to the code of righteousness, and it is not. And then I had to find the simplest means in order to balance everything out so that the people could participate in their own ascension and resurrection. Excuse me, y'all. And so she said, prepare the table in the presence of their enemies. So in other words, what she's telling me, and she's telling me to be the good shepherd, is to do this video so that people understand what they're doing, how it works, why it works. This is the rule of the universe, that the same people that we are using this to defend ourselves against has been secretly using it as a tool to oppress us. I went and got all of the keys so we can unlock all of the locks. That's what I was supposed to do. That's what I done. This right here is the key to the fifth dimension. To reach critical mass is the goal. By the Mastermind group effect and the 100 Monkey effect both being interplayed at the same time, all alchemically tied to a survey. All you have to do is have the interests of working men and women all over the world in your heart, and that they be treated fairly for their labor. Fairly for their labor. They should not have to strike after 30, 40 years of consecutive concessions. They should not have to strike behind 10 years of consecutive record-breaking profits. That is obscene in the presence of all who are righteous. So our only job to support the worker is to exercise the mastermind group and to use the mastermind principle to support them until they can reach the 100 Monkey effect and reach critical mass. At that point, the company is going to want to only deal with me, because they're going to want to talk to the motherfucker that put this shit together, and they already know who it is because we've already made contact. They already expecting it. This could have been took care a long time ago, but the people don't understand that this is beyond me as a physical human. I'm just following directions. I am being told what to do. I'm not doing this, is not from me. I'm just following the instructions, and I just developed the mental aptitude to be able to perceive it by years and years and years of study, dedication, and hard work. This wasn't easy. A lot of sacrifice went into it for me to be in the position to tell y'all how to awaken the planet Earth from the slumber by balancing out the labor force with the corporate elites. Once this is done, everything fucking changes in an instant at critical mass. We all are in the fifth dimension who are worthy to ascend. A lot of rotten people are not going to make it. Do not be offended. Do not be hurt. They had their opportunity at redemption. They either failed or they were not human. They were imposters. So now, I'm going to go over it again. I'm going to focus now on the mastermind group. So the mastermind group principle is the same as the Bible verse, when two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am present also. This has been researched thoroughly through sociology, and it was first written and linked by a French author named Gustave Le Bon in a book titled The Crowd, where they were researching how to use the mastermind group, or how the mastermind principle affect masses of people. By being consumed in the group, they lose the sense of identity of the ego. what they call the self, but it's the ego. And everybody wanted to know how to overcome this beast that they call the ego. Be kind to others and give to them the things that you believe in your heart they deserve according to the code of righteousness. And those are the same things that were going to come back to you tenfold. You got to want for your brother or your sister exactly what you want for yourself. If you don't want the best for those who want the best for you, you're going to wreak a negative effect upon yourself. So, when 100 auto workers take the survey, the 100 monkey effect kicks in with auto workers around the world, and they all united instantly at the 100 monkey effect. We support them with the Mastermind group because when we are all on the same page, we create an unstoppable force. As you can remember, even white people felt the energy from the Million Man March when it took place. They told me that's how I know. They felt that energy. Now, from wherever we are, being on the same page at the same time, we will exalt everything into a fifth dimensional framework.